so my ebook published, and it is not formatted correctly. So this part of this video is not going to look very good because I'm driving, but I have to talk now because it's on my heart. And so the best kind of footage you'll ever get is when you're truthful and honest and you're in the moment. And so my ebook, well, my paperback is not approved yet and it's release day. And my ebook did publish and it's not formatted correctly. So why am I laughing and why am I smiling? Growth, because don't get me wrong, I'm freaking out. And I tried to work on it this morning before I have to go and be a caregiver. And it definitely was not enough time. I went and re-uploaded it. And I thought I fixed it a little bit. And it's not proper. There's a whole other way to format an ebook over a paperback. I didn't really think about that. I knew I shouldn't have created this ebook yet. And I did it anyways because I was excited. And it's on there live. And it is not right. It is not correct. And there's nothing I can do about it right now because I have to go be there for somebody. And, I can't do it till later. I have to go work for about 4 or 5 hours and it is what it is. And I'm surprisingly cheery and joyful. And if you just saw me in the grocery store a couple minutes ago, you would have no idea that I'm internally having a mini heart attack, panic attack. My book is out there and it's not correct. And you know what? That just shows to me how much growth I have as a person, as a human, that, you know what? We all make mistakes. We don't always do everything the way we wish that we did. Things don't come out the way that we wish that they would. And I can't freak out about it. And I can't let it ruin my entire day because I have to go be there for somebody else right now. And I have to take care of him and be there as a good companion. And if I'm flustered and all upset all day over something that was a mistake, I'm going to ruin my day and probably his day, and that's not fair. And so I need to just suck it up, Buttercup, go ahead, fix it later if I can, and do what I gotta do. And my paperback is not even approved yet, so that's a whole other ball game, which thankfully my best friend Alyssa gave me advice to try to publish it early because it needs to go to be in review, and I had no idea. So I was just gonna publish it today, which would have been a mistake on top of a mistake. But you know what? The best part I just thought about before I recorded today, and why I'm recording right now while I'm driving, is, and I'm not touching my phone. It's okay. I get to now share my mistakes with you. And so hopefully you don't make the same mistake and teach you the process about how to publish a book on Amazon and giving you the real nitty gritty. So already I can tell you that if you want to publish a book, you should definitely do it at least 24, maybe even 72 hours ahead of time because your book needs to be in review, and Amazon says it can take up to 72 hours. So that's really hard to give a book release date, I feel because there's just so many questions I have. If it can take 72 hours, but might be less, how do I have a book release date? Because I don't know when you're actually going to approve it. Because for me, it's once it's out there and live, I want to be able to tell people about it, but at the same time, if I wait for a certain day, then will the algorithm not give me enough oomph because I say it's going to come out November 1st, but then Amazon publishes it a day early? I don't know. All the questions that I have in my head are mind-blowing. I wish I could publish it and tell my viewers, my social media, hey, it's coming out this day for sure. But Amazon might publish it earlier than that or later than that. So how the hell do you work around that? I don't know. Maybe I could find another YouTuber that has had that experience and that can tell you how to do that. I don't know. I'm going at this the best way I know how. I'm trying to figure it out. It's my first time. So of course there's going to be mistakes, and I'm just so proud of myself for not freaking out and crying and being upset and ruining my whole day over this because there's literally nothing I can do. But in the past, I probably would have been oh my God, and freaking out, and there's just no room in life for that. It is what it is. Yeah, it sucks. And this is probably why people don't always self-publish. When you have other people that know what they're doing and they do this all the time, then yeah, that's probably the way to go. But I didn't want to have to pay anyone to do it. I want to do it myself. But in the future, maybe it would be cool to like look on Fiverr and see if somebody can put your book in ebook format for you. Like I bet somebody out there can do that. Maybe even my paperback version. So like maybe in the future, it would just be easier for me to hire somebody to be like, hey, can you make this the right format, whatever it needs to be for me to be able to self-publish on Amazon? Like, why am I thinking about this now? I don't know, because maybe I should have just invested and did it before, but I honestly didn't really even think about doing that. But it is what it is, and I just want to put that out there now so I can teach you what maybe not to do, what to do, and so let's talk about that a little bit more. Okay, while I sit here and try to fix this mess, I have some tips that I want to share with you right off the bat. Number one, make sure your document is in the proper sizing for uploading to KDP for a proper book. For example, if your book is 6x9, make sure that your actual document is set up so the margins are correct and things like that. I thought I double checked. I did not, so that is definitely an issue. Also, make sure if you have any images that they are covering the whole page if that's what you desire, or make sure that they are centered properly if that's what you need. But make sure your images are the good quality, very clear to see through, and make sure that they don't wrap around the text if that's not what you want, which I don't, so that was the issue. And just making sure that there's nothing that's outside of the borders and that your margins are correct. Again, I thought I double checked these things, but I did not clearly. So please make sure that you double check. Okay, so other things that I've learned is if you're writing a poetry book, such as I, then it's really, really important for you to do two things. Number one, you want to make sure that you are titling your poems and actually making those headings, which I'll show you how to do. And number two, you're going to want to make sure that after you put your poems together, like after each page, put a page break if you want your ebook to look normal. I did not know this. I figured it out. But after every poem, if I put a page break in it, it works really well to tell the ebook, hey, don't like put these together. It needs to go separately. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You have your poems and you want to title them. What I learned is to highlight this, and then you're going to want to go over here to, let's see. Oh, sorry. It's actually the font. And so instead of normal text, you want to do heading 1 or heading 2. I chose heading 1. It was just easier that way for me. So I made sure that this title says heading 1. After you're done writing your poem, I scroll down to like the bottom somewhere down here. And then you're going to want to hit format. Nope, I apologize. You're going to want to hit insert, go down to where it says break, and then do page break. Now, once you click page break, see how it automatically goes down to the next page. Now, I don't want to do that because I had already done it. But it will automatically go to the next page to tell your document, hey, we're done with this page, move on to the next. Now, this is, I'm assuming, only for when you're writing something like this, like a poetry, because you're only going to go from one to the next. When you're writing like a chapter book, I'm imagining that it's not going to have to be like that because your pages are going to flow together. So it's okay to have your writing like flow over to the next page. When you're doing a poem, you don't want them to flow over to the next page. You want every poem to have their own page. So I hope that really makes sense and helps you because I did not learn it right away.